Here's my exact wealth building plan in a collapsing economy. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey to wealth. But I am somebody who spends 8 to 9 hours a day researching historically how economies have collapsed and how they've rebuilt. I also spent 12 years in a fraudulent banking system, and I do understand that if I was printing money into oblivion and I was using other people's money to lend it out to make money, then I'd probably be in jail. But I digress. So it only took me about 42 years to figure it out. But I realized if you do the opposite of everybody else, the 99% the sheep, you're probably going to do pretty well. So here's my plan. So number one, I'm heavily weighted in cryptocurrency. I have an exit plan to exit 50% of my portfolio with 4 exit targets on the way up in a parabolic move. If it does not go parabolic, I hold long term. The money that I pull from crypto, I'll be putting on the sidelines to buy back in when the market collapses. And I'll be going into the stock market in tech stocks, wind, solar, gas, when the stock market collapses. Number 2, precious metals. I'm focused on silver, not for an investment, but a hedge against the US dollar collapsing and having barterability. Number 3 is life insurance. I have opened up a policy, just like banks do with bank-owned life insurance, where I can borrow against my own policy and pay myself back as the bank. And while I borrowed that money, my money is still compounding with a guaranteed principal. If I decide to borrow against that policy to buy more assets, I can pay myself back with the generation of wealth from the assets. That will be my last resort from borrowing from my life insurance policy, but I will be using cryptocurrency, DeFi loans, to buy more assets. So it'll always be DeFi first, life insurance second. Last is the one that most people are sleeping on. I brought on my mentor, Ken Mack, to learn how to do proper LBOs, leverage buyouts. Now I have 7 startup businesses, 5 are in startup mode, 3 are generating revenue, and have gone over 7 figures. Those will produce, the 7 will produce over 8 figures by the end of this year, if all goes right, which it will, and always does, because I believe. But doing 7 startups, it's difficult. A very small percentage of startups make it, and thank God we were one of them, and understand how to do it. But I'm about to go into a whole nother world that number 1, people are fearful of, and number 2, people don't understand. There's a massive amount of wealth with the baby boomers, and a lot of them are scared shitless right now, and they should be, rightfully so. They've spent their whole life building these amazing businesses and legacies, and our government has messed up the economy. And they're fearful right now that they can't retire, and that there's not anybody that wants to buy their business, but I do. But I'm very strategic on what I've been taught by Ken Mack. I'm looking for essential businesses, 10 years or more, 1 million to 100 million, that will last the test of time and have lasted the test of time. You're basically helping that baby boomer retire, move on into the retirement age, and live their life of freedom, because I still have the tenacity and the energy to carry on their legacy. And guess what? In 3 to 5 years, when this economy comes back, because they always do, we're going to be worth a lot of money. Click the link in my bio, follow for more. Warriors, rise, get your shit together.